Hello, I'm back. I figured it's been a while since I made a video, so figured I'd get back to making videos. It's been a while since I posted, but I was just thinking, I saw a video from another YouTuber about, and it got me thinking of how the narcissist will twist reality to kind of make you look as bad as possible to outsiders, or outsiders could be their friends, extended family, or whoever, but they'll either they'll either set you up to look bad or twist facts or just outright lie to make you look as bad or unstable or inept as possible to other people. So I saw a video from another YouTuber about how her narcissist brother would hide the garbage pail so she couldn't get rid of her garbage, and then he'd go around telling everybody what a slob she was. So that got me thinking of how my mother pretty much my whole life has sort of badmouthed me to my uncle. And this is the uncle who I've talked about before, that all his kids growing up were kind of perfect, like the popular in school, good at everything type, and I think my mother felt that she looked bad because I was just so bad at everything, and so, such an embarrassment, that she felt like her brother was somehow overstepping her, like competition between their kids was about them. And I think she resented the fact that I wasn't the perfect prom queen like my cousins were, or class president, or my grades weren't good enough, or whatever it was, but I wasn't skinny enough. The list could go on. But it would be like, I guess I'd be in junior high or high school, where my mother would be scolding me about a grade I got, and it would be like, I'd come home with like an 89 or something like that, and she'd scream at me for like 15 minutes straight how I didn't get an A, or I lost my A in the class, over an 89, and it would just be like this like demonic torture over it. And then I would get upset, because because I'd feel like a complete piece of shit and a failure, and B, because I was so just kind of in shock and taken aback by the way she would act. So I get upset, and then my uncle calls, like, we were kind of in the middle of a fight, and then she starts telling my uncle that I'm crazy, but she totally, right in front of me too, she would do this, with me sitting either right there or in the next room. She completely twisted the narrative of what was happening. So it's not like she got on the phone with him and be like, oh, she's so dumb, she can't even get an A. No. That she doesn't understand. I'm upset because she doesn't understand why I'm so hysterical over an 89, which is a perfectly decent grade, because I'm the one that wants the A, and I'm so OCD and anal, and and I'm such a crybaby. Meanwhile, it was exactly what she was yelling at me for. So it's like she literally, I know they talk about narcissist projecting, but this was like, she literally took what she did and told my uncle that it all came from me, and that's why I was upset. Like, she had nothing to do with it, it was all in my head, I just got upset out of nowhere over it, like an 89 on a test. And I'm so crazy because I get so upset when I don't get an A. Meanwhile, she was the one that totally just destroyed me over it. And then when I react to her, someone would come in the middle of the conversation and say, oh no, it's all her, she's crazy. And then I would actually she's done this too, like, she'd tell my friends' parents things on the phone that weren't true, and then I would confront her, and she'd just come at me like with, oh, you need to get a life. Why are you listening to my phone conversations? Don't you have anything better to do? Or, yes, that is exactly how it happens. Like, just either straight out gaslighting, or, well, you shouldn't be listening anyway because you only listen because you don't have a life. Like, shit like that. So that would be stuff she would do when I was a child. And then she's done it too with things regarding weight. Like, she'd make a comment about how much I ate, or I was too fat or something, and then when I would get upset over my weight, because it's been drilled into me my whole life about how I'm fat and disgusting and whatever, and then she'd tell my family members how psycho I am and how psycho and image obsessed and weight obsessed I am. Meanwhile, it's all coming from her and she cares more than me. But she'd put it all on me. Like, she wants me to look as crazy as possible to any outside, whether it be her brother, her friend, my friend's parents. How she'd stir something up and then someone would hear part of it and then she'd say, oh no, it's all her. And she would do it right in front of my face. So, if you think this stopped in childhood, you're wrong. Because about, maybe it was 5 years ago, 6 years ago, this same uncle got laid off from his job. And I knew he would be fine because, A, he was a year away from retirement, so it's not like he had 3 kids living at home and couldn't afford to pay the electrical bill. No, his kids were all out of the house. He was a year from retirement anyway. His wife worked. So I said to my mom, I'm like, you know what? That sucks, but he's gonna be fine. That is exactly what I said. So he calls the house maybe 15 minutes later and my mom's talking to him about his job situation. And she just totally made up this story about how emotionally unstable I am and how his job loss is affecting me and how I'm so upset for him and I need to lighten up and like, and she's mocking my behavior to him on the phone over things that I never said and never did. She's like, so I told her, you need to take a chill pill. And none of what she was saying had ever happened. It was all just made up on the spot. And then, I ran into her. Well, she was mid-conversation. I was like, you need to shut the fuck up. You know that nothing you were telling him is true. You know that you're making it up. And then he was hearing this tone on the phone. She's like, see, she's crazy. And then so then she hangs up the phone with him and I confronted her on this twice. One right there and one like a couple of months later I brought it up that she did this to me. But that day when I confronted her on it, she was like, well, I'm doing you a favor. Don't you want your uncle to like you more? I was telling him that you were so emotionally distraught because then he'll think that you really care about him. So, like, could you imagine how crazy making it is? So, it was clear while she was on the phone with him that she was trying to make me look as bad as possible. Then I confront her on it and she's saying it's because she was trying to make me look good. Could you imagine what a mindfuck that... And living with this every day of your life, having her do this to me. And then, it came up in conversation too a couple of months ago where I confronted her on it, except this time the story was totally changed. Then it became, oh, but I thought that's what you really said. It's like, no. It's not like weeks passed between her telling me about him losing his job and this phone call, and she could have forgotten. First of all, it's not forgetting anything. She just, it's all shit she made up. Nothing, it's not like she forgot something or, so there's no getting it confused anyway, but this was literally a half hour later that she was on the phone with him, between the time she told me and the time she was on the phone with him. So, like, how could you, and she's trying to tell me she got it mixed up in her head? So, how many excuses for this one time she's trying to make me look bad in front of my uncle? So, it was obvious she was trying to make me look bad, and then when I confront her on it, she tells me she's doing me a favor. She's trying to make me look like an emotional, sympathetic person. Meanwhile, she's telling him I'm crazy. And then, the next time I confront her, it's not even that she had an agenda or was doing me a favor. She just completely forgot how everything that happened only a half hour before. It's because she completely forgot and got it mixed up. So, just the contradictions and how none of it makes sense, and how she's tried to paint me as unstable, not only to her brother, but like I said, even with her friends or some of the women she talks to regarding my appearance and my weight. When she'll pick at me for it, and then if they see me get upset, but they didn't see her instigate, then it's like, oh, it's all in her head, something's wrong with her, like, and she'll mock me to her friend right in front of me. I can't even tell you how many times this has happened. So yeah, just seeing that one video from that one YouTuber about her brother and hiding the trash cans and like, they will set you up to look crazy, and then when they can't set it up, they'll just make up anything. And they don't care whether you're right in front of them or not. It's like, it's absolutely disgusting. So, yeah, just that one video. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I figured that, that would be a good topic because, I mean, this is just one incident this YouTube girl was talking about, but I was thinking about it and I was like, yeah, this has really been my whole life with my mother. So I'm sure a lot of you have similar stories, so you can share it in the comments section, because it seems to be something that happens with a lot of us. And I'll see you soon.